Welcome to Vienna.
This is actually his city. He's the one who's supposed to actually be telling us stuff. What's the name of this one? Stephansplatz.
Yes. The most famous church in Vienna, where all the tourists hang out, Stephansdom. And yeah, PSA, don't expect too much detailed touristy information from me, but the very least we're gonna do, since we're already here in the city, is show you around just a tiny little bit so you can get a taste of how touristy and Sartorian Vienna is at the same time.
Right. Yo, Henry. How's it going? Okay, so we'll do a little flip here so you can see the front as we go. And this is a pretty cool church. You don't even get. Oh, look, police. What's up, police? I mean, here's a nice big church right there. And you can see it's under construction, and they have little advertisements on the church, which I always find funny because it's like an infinity sign with a watch on the side of a clock tower. Seems like a decent space-time pun or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's colorful. I don't think this camera has as good stabilization, so I'll try to hold it more steady.
Can you try to show the ceiling, how do you call it, the roof? We can't really see it from this side, but people can check it out on Google Images for Stephansdom. It's quite interesting because the roof was reconstructed apparently after the Second World War, from what I heard. Even heard this from a friend whose grandfather or something supposedly assisted in the reconstruction. And what's a little bit interesting or strange about it, at least from what I heard, is that now you can see on top of it an 1848, I think, a year, and you basically see the old eagle from the old Austrian Empire. And of course the question would be, why did they put it there only after the Second World War? Something to be verified, but I think it's an interesting idea or open question. What we can see, of course, is the very nice decoration here. According to David, of course, the higher levels here may have been more recently constructed. I can't say. I mean, all my life these levels have been there, but also all my life it's always been under reconstruction, and they've always been asking for money to help renovate it.
Yeah, right.
Let's walk around a little bit. We can show the facade.
Okay. Yeah, some of these windows are broken. It's a big bummer. I mean, these are mostly okay, but you can tell like that one's been lost and replaced, and a lot of the stained glass windows in the war were shattered, so they have these crap little gender neutral windows. They're like teal and pink squares that fill in where the window used to be. It's kind of a bummer. But they also have you want to do the 05 thing? Want to show me the 05?
Of course, definitely.
Yeah. So here's a bunch of these, supposedly old looking things, but you can tell that one's like Disneyland brand new.
Like it says Anno 1556, and it's actually written in kind of modern German that even I would be able to understand. There's quite a few of these plaques. I'm not exactly sure. I guess the official story is that rich people or how do you call it, nobles, employees. I would love to know, of course, when they were created exactly. I haven't looked this up. One thing I can tell, because that's what everyone learns in school, is this symbol over here, which is the 05. And supposedly this was the code during the Second World War and before, during the Nazi time, as the symbol of the Austrian resistance. And it's kind of interesting because it even teaches you basic gematria. People should pay attention, because it's O and 5. 5, of course, in very basic gematria would be E, so you have O and E, and in German, O and E together is Ö, so the umlaut O, and Ö is for Österreich, for Austria. So that was supposedly the secret code, how the Austrian resistance was organizing themselves and even putting it on the Stephansdom as a sign of resistance during the Nazi time.
Nice. We should probably walk through the church again. Let them see the insides of this thing. There you can see these are broken windows here.
Let's walk through here. Of course, what is, at least to me, always highly suspicious if you look at these installations, I'm always thinking it would only take you about a day to completely replace all the interior and make it look like something completely different. You have some things which are kind of chiseled into the stone somewhat, but even here you see most of the statues and so on, you could literally just put them here, or whatever this is, these altars and so on, the benches. I'm wondering how many days would it take for you to make it look like it belongs to a completely different religion, right?
Yeah, right.
So you said this is the 60s Jesus? Modern church.
Sacred Heart.
Notice the floor.
Mm-hmm. Checker. You can see the top windows still there, but the bottom windows are shattered.
Got another date, 1513.
Interesting how it's a snake.
Yeah. There's even stories that even recently they uncovered some sort of paintings or something, and supposedly below that were Latin inscriptions from 500 to 700 years ago. Possible for me to verify, but there's stories like this which you can find online about Stephansplatz and I guess renovations and so on in different churches.
Die waren schon klug, muss ich sagen.
What you can also do, what's quite famous, there's even a lift here. You can go up the tower somehow. I've never been. There's like a way that you can ascend the tower.
Try to do that. That's how they make their money. $7 for the elevator ride.
Sure.
Yeah.
What we can show here, I mean, if it's interesting enough, we can come back some point and check out all these things. But
Here's
just
the
to show,
crypt, yeah.
There's a crypt, the catacombs.
Want to sneak out? You can see some of the windows that are still left real quick. See, those are not shattered, but then the ones below are. Sweet. Nice. Wait, are we allowed out of this one or what? Probably locked. Probably. We've been out that door before, but now we're not allowed. Oh wow.
We can zoom in on some of these. You can see what this is. Make some light. So there's relatively few skulls here, but there are some. Wonder which saint that is. Whoever wants to put skull and bones in front of their inscription. And my basic Latin tells me this is about the Empress. And supposedly in the year 1765. Rest in peace. Oh, but that's cool. That's the resurrection, I guess. I mean, here he's rising from a tomb. I'm only guessing now, but it looks like a resurrection, no? Or someone spawning from hell. You can make up your mind. Jesus painting reflects great, but it's sacred. Ex colui primum musas et Apollinis. That's what I find interesting. This is also supposedly from 1779. Holy Theresia of the Child of Jesus. This is supposedly from 1895. So that's someone else other than the famous Mother Teresa. Point here, of course, that's where we gotta go. You know what this is? Beichte. That's the confession booth.
Nice.
Catholics in action. This is young Tobias. Oh, and here, look who we have here. That's the Archangel Raphael. At
Nice.
least according to the pedestal.
Nice, Raph. Nice. Pretty good.
But even here, again, guys, just take note. This is a stone building, obviously, but even this entrance area, the statues and the whole entrance thing is wooden. So obviously, like, you know, constructed on top, whatever you want to call it. Added.
Right. Pretty sweet. Nice.
Certainly. So what I'd say, because it's one of the nicest streets in Austria, you know, the height of capitalism, what does it offer you? A few nice shopping streets. So we can totally walk down Kärntnerstraße right now, which is the most famous shopping street if you got lots of money. That's what we go.
Seems like a good idea. Sweet.
Wie concept tonight, 6:30, Vienna Philharmonic, opera.
Yeah, maybe briefly show Haas House. So this building now is a hotel, as you can see, in quite a modern style. If you look up old images of Vienna, Stephansplatz, maybe up to, I believe this may have been 30 years ago, this was a really nice old world type building, much like you can see over here, for example, and even still this one, you kind of can still see is the old style. Luckily, not everything has been demolished and replaced yet by brutalist architecture. Turkish tourist group, if I hear that correctly. I wonder what they think of the siege of Vienna. Ah, this we gotta show. here. If I'm not completely mistaken, this is one of, I think there's several, so-called Pestsäule. The pest was the Black Death. And there's all kinds of myths and stories about it. Of course, there's also, whole books on Wiener Sagen, which is, Viennese myths, even about the construction of the Stephansdom, which we just saw, about, bargaining with the devil, things like that. Stories about a basilisk in the underground of Vienna. So also Vienna has its own set of myths.
Take this again. I'm gonna go use the park.
This area here is called Graben. Here, so you can see where we are. Glockeneisenplatz. First district of Vienna, with of course all the beautiful things capitalism has to offer. I'll show you some more later. Équitable. And of course, anytime you walk around here, you can hear a plethora of languages, potentially the most touristy place in all of Vienna. So this is Stephansdom, Stephansplatz, and as soon as Andreas is back, we're gonna walk down Kärntnerstraße. Which is this way. Yes, 12 Apostelzeche. Of course, I've been talking about it on Europa shows. 12 Apostelzeche is in Kloster Neuburg and one of the most interesting, amazing underground private excavations you could possibly ever find. And not truly condoned by the government because from what I heard from the guy who does it, they're basically just trying to find excuses to bury it again.
So
look who's here. It's Andreas.
if you are really good at yoga, you can sneak into the toilets without paying 50 cents. Otherwise, there's a toll booth in every one of them.
Yeah. So now I'll be the cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Be in Andreas' face all the time, which is what you guys want to see.
What do you guys think about this kind of modern? It feels like Fifth Element to me. It's like it wants to look like an old city still, but it's clearly not that old. And then the floor, I've been thinking about this a lot. Look, notice that there's no real floor. Everywhere in this whole city's got a subway under it, so it's kind of like viaducts everywhere. Like the whole, like the entire idea of which level we call the ground level is completely synthetic. which I find interesting.
There's one thing we gotta show. We'll briefly walk down the metro before we continue, and we'll show the old church. Actually, first, we should actually almost first show it here.
Okay.
So now we'll do the overground, underground. It will be brief. We'll just walk over here so you can see the outline of it.
It's cool, true, that the metro has perfect cell signal the entire time, so we should definitely go from Cathedral to Subway. That's a memorable moment. This is a great intersection to just hang out and stand in one place. If you either want to walk around Vienna, Freud used to walk around Vienna every night, right? That was his whole deal, besides cocaine and perversion. But the other thing is to stand here and watch everyone in Vienna walk around you, because pretty much they're all going to come here and then leave. So it's a quick way to see everybody.
So why I brought you guys back here for a second is you can almost see the white markings on the floor. They are supposed to mark the, I believe it's called Magdalenenkapelle, which would be the Saint Magdalene chapel. So you can see the outline here in white. And the curious story is that this was only really re-excavated, I believe in the, I want to say the 70s, but whenever they basically built the metro station for Stephansplatz. What we'll do now, we just walk down here and then we walk through to Kärntnerstraße, and I can show you guys at least a glimpse of what this chapel is supposed to look like, which is here underground, right? And there is also at least one picture I found in a newspaper. Do I switch this like this? Yeah, here we are. One picture I found in a newspaper from 1920, where apparently they had already found this chapel here, but they didn't care, or they buried it again. Now we're gonna check it out.
Oh, there's Borek right there, by the way, just so everyone knows. Borek, it's a kind of Slavic food.
Welcome to the Ottoman Empire.
So you put like meat in like an intestine croissant. It's like a tube croissant, meat in it. Borek.
Burek, yes. There's no walking down to the metro. All of Vienna has quite extensive public transport and also quite extensive metro system. Built, I want to say from the 70s on, but please look it up. But it's still continually being expanded. The newest thing will be U5, which will be cyan in color, and this will be one of the first ones which will be remote controlled, or basically without drivers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, and we want to, I want to say it's over here. Let me see. We have to walk down one more level. Oh yeah, here we are. Very good. This is the entrance to the museum, which was closed for the longest time. I'm wondering how far we're gonna get now. The official history of Stephansplatz, where it says
Construction of the church in 1137 to 1147, and the layout of the square after the late Romanesque construction, 1230 to 1246. And the buildings of the High Gothic Cathedral until 1511.
Andreas is reading German. Here
No,
you
I'm
go.
cheating. There's definitely an English version below.
Oh. Just now I'm noticing. Great. So here, guys, if you want to have the mainstream explanation, this is what it is. Let's see. No Stafford wall. Well, maybe Stafford walls. Stafford walls officially deconstructed around 1870. Now we're just gonna walk down. Of course, cameras everywhere.
It makes you feel very safe.
We got a camera too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone say hi.
Camera, say hi to camera. Camera A, say hi to camera B. Line U1 and U3. These are my favorite lines. It's the ones you ride the most often. Take the U1 to the U3. Simmering, auto crank. There's definitely a song in the names of some of these.
Okay, this is totally not where I wanted to go. Let's see. We're gonna find a spot. No. Yeah, this is metro station.
Very nice.
We gotta,
Dude, so a couple of weeks ago,
I believe we gotta go back up.
I was here and some freaking pink-haired kid drunk in front of the tracks.
Oh no.
Seriously, we got out. Like, because
Okay.
there's still human drivers, and everyone's like, dude, I don't know, I felt bad because of all of Austria. I was like, come on, bro. Don't be completely insane. But he was. But he didn't. Then he got back up and he just ran off screaming. I don't know how drunk he was or if he was autistic. He looked kind of autistic, but not sure. It all worked out.
Alright, so here it is the sign at least. We're gonna try again now. Hopefully this is not the correct pathway I'm choosing. What we want to do, so here they actually say Virgilkapelle. I'm not sure where I said Saint Magdalene Chapel or something, or maybe it has multiple names, I'm not exactly sure right now. But here you can basically see the museum sign, this yellow sign, says Virgilkapelle. And for many years this was actually closed down, not accessible at all. And supposedly it was recently reopened. So here the official sign,
This is where
Wien Museum. But we've been here already, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they just kind of locked it up or something.
Because this is it. This must be it right here. And
But they made it so, this is,
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday to Sunday, and closed January 1st to May 1st. Or no, those are just the days.
Okay, actually, okay, so I know why I'm confused, sorry guys, because apparently this souvenir store here is new, and previously, I'll try to show you, it's hard with all the reflections, you can see behind this thing is actually the chapel, but of course they built it in a way that now you can't even see anything anymore without entering, and apparently it's closed, which is very strange.
Oh, you can see the rock.
You
there.
should be able to see the rock, and
Yeah, let me
there
see
is
if
a
I can
Templar
push.
cross, which was already there in the 1920s.
No, all you can really see is me. But if I zoom in, there you can see there. You can see there behind there. There's the. This is the inside of that church there. The stone. Even the color's off. Yeah, so you can see that there's a church in there. Way through the back there. I'll zoom down for you. But yeah, I guess that's what it looks like in there. We'll have to go there at a different time of day because it's not open right now.
Das war während Eislauf. Bro. Ja, da hat man halt die ganze Plätze. Aber egal. Ja, der geht da ja. Der Eislauf war eigentlich so arschlecht, ja.
Well, now I can see the chat.
Nice.
Non è quello. I ragazzi dicevano adesso. Cioè, mi hanno chiesto.
Above the McDonald's is still pretty.
Yeah.
Recently repainted. Looks good.
Yetişemedik ya. İyi.
Wine being transported on a trolley. Chianti.
Assoluta prosto.
Marco Polo.
Established in Stockholm. Nespresso.
Well, you can't choose it anyway. You can't choose it.
Ja, 27.
Foot Locker still exists. That's tradition. We'll push towards the middle more. Get more of a well-rounded view. We Klimt these productions. Let's push them in the middle so they get A, to walk right between people and destroy their happiness, and B, to balance out the camera, the disorder. These are cool. Should we go look at that fountain? Seems like a thing.
Eventually want to walk.
Okay.
Get to all the signs.
Okay.
As you can see, the churches like everywhere. I believe there's about 300 churches only in the first district of Vienna, which is where we are right now.
And 20,000 castles. It's great.
Oh, this is Kapuzinergruft, which is where supposedly all the old royal family individuals have their sarcophagus and stuff like that. And you can also come and visit them in their graves, more or less. Lovely. But they have nice sarcophagus. Looks nice.
Schnitzel. Get a schnitzel? Get a schnitzel.
Yeah, so some of the buildings in the first district actually are residential. That was the question. It's not only stores.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a nice one also. Here we have the Maltese church. I really like their logo, I have to admit. We'll briefly go inside there as well.
Next to Tardies. Nice.
What is Tardies?
I don't know, but it just seems like Tartaria or retard. Either way. The Maltese. Nice hospitalier.
A nice hospital. Won't be talking loud, guys, because it's a small church. There's only 1-2 individuals here. But check out all the thing the sovereign Maltese order is doing. They even have a particular chapter for quote-unquote helping individuals that are suffering from HIV. You guys can make up your own mind on what that means. And they also have their own hospice. Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, cannabis world.
PSA, although Germany recently legalized, in Austria, if the
Still
law
not.
is unchanged, then it is legal to have weed with a THC content of up to 0.2%, which is also generally what is being sold in many of these stores, of course. But it's kind of a more recent phenomenon.
But apparently they can sell plants for decoration. So there's a whole other thing with that too. Germany has decriminalized it though, so Austria is probably going to catch up. Who knows? Korea. Is that the embassy?
Most embassies are in the 4th district in Vienna, but it's possible.
They're just really excited about it. Just pro-Korean. Korea culture center. Centrum.
Over here is Albertina. Whatever I say, guys, please look around this, guys. So now we're exiting Kärntner Straße. On the right hand side now you have the Opera House. I want to say State Opera. Please don't pin me down. This building over here.
They had Fleeter Mouse recently, and with the State Opera you can pay a lot of money to see tickets, or you can get a standing room thing where you like stand up and have no chairs. For whatever reason, they just pay like a tenth as much, so they can demean you by making you stand up the whole time. But that's probably pretty good for you. And they have kind of similar windows as the church. It's like a cross between a church and a train station. The Opera House.
now we are at the Ring. The Ring is the street which you can see here basically, which is surrounding the first district like a ring. Hence Ring. Show the opera from another side. If anyone wants to drink Italian cafe, this is recommended a place somewhere over here where you can actually get cafe standing up, which is affordable and is really good coffee.
Now we start to see some embassies.
Indian Embassy. And as so often, old style Würstelstand where you get sausages next to some variant of a kebab dürüm place. So it is the Ottoman Empire all over again, maybe. Or the Austrian Empire, may I say. Austro-Hungarian Empire. Yeah, this is a special tram with which you can go to Baden, a city close to Vienna. It's kind of funny because it's only one line, but it has like its own name, as you can see here, Badnerbahn. It's like its particular
So it's probably
thing.
paid for by a different organization or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, probably because it's a collaboration between the state of Vienna or the county of Vienna and the county of Lower Austria. I can only assume something like this.
Makes sense.
So now we're walking on the Ring towards Schwarzenbergplatz. Schwarzenberg is one of the supposed generals from, I guess, 150 years ago or something like that. Schwarzenberg. Of course, here you have plenty of hotels all around the Ring, many recently renovated.
What's the name of the castle or the August Palace or something? Is there like a palace next to it?
Palais?
I think there's a palace next street over right here.
I'm not sure what, I mean, there's all kinds of so-called palais, which are like, you know, you would call them old style, you know, high ceiling buildings, apartments. I'm not sure how to say. The official story is that all the rich families basically even built these around 150 years ago. So hence they have names like Palais. The first one I think of is Palais Epstein, actually.
Oh, wow.
Epstein.
Fun.
Maybe related or not, or, you know, Palais Coburg, Palais, 100 different names. And now oftentimes they are used for ballroom dances and things like that. Hotel Imperial, which I believe also has some kind of Second World War history, if I'm not mistaken, with Mustache Man, where he stayed. We're almost there, right behind the curtain.
I think I might run into the cafe again for a second. So, 30 seconds.
Drink a liter and a half of spring water.
Oh well. I'll do my best to keep you guys entertained in the meantime. Oh, and not crash into a bicycle. Yeah, this is Karlskirche, yes. Another very famous one. I mean, look at that dome. Maybe we'll check it out later. But first, we'll go someplace else. But as you can see, especially in the first district, pretty much all of the buildings are like that. High ceilings. Sometimes even stairs to access the first floor. These are the old style billboards, just turning or not turning. One way. Einbahn. So again, this here is Schwarzenbergplatz. And I believe, at least at some point, maybe still, there's like the Gazprom office here, something like that. I mean here, what we have here, Universal. This is the supposed statue of Schwarzenberg. I'll zoom out again, not to get everyone nauseous. And back there, more statues, but also quite famous fountain, which has some kind of soldier or something from the Red Army. And there is a fun story about it, because the fountain was going pretty high and is colored. And I believe it was in around 2008 or something that Putin came to visit. And the story goes that supposedly he saw it and was like, oh, there's the red soldier or something with the fountain. But you can't really see him well because the fountain is so high. So then Putin just kind of asked, please lower the fountain water a little bit so people can see the nice statue. And from here you can't see it so well. We're gonna move into a different direction first. Good morning, or good afternoon in Vienna. So now waiting for Andreas, I can read the chat. If it's not kind of losing the chat every time. I have to reopen the app, so it takes a moment. Let's see. Look who's back. It's Andreas. Okay, now we can keep walking. Without getting hit by a car or a touristy bus like this one.
Probably do it now. We're serious about it. Red walker, dead walker. They say.
This, for example, here they say Palais of Archduke Ludwig Victor. So if you want to know the mainstream history of anything, usually you will find these flags and the W for Wien, Vienna, and the official explanation of whatever is supposed to have happened at the place and why it exists. Whether it's completely accurate or not, I can't tell you. Or rather, I can't say, because I don't know. But as you can see here, most buildings really have pretty fancy and nice decorations. Can't complain about that. So now we're gonna take a right turn, and this is the building I was speaking of.
Oh, the brick one?
Yes.
Nice.
So this is my former high school, the Akademisches Gymnasium Wien. They always say it's one of the best public schools you can go to, where you don't actually have to pay. Whatever that means, it's a humanistic school still, so you're forced to learn Latin. You can even choose to learn ancient Greek.
Practical.
Luckily, I didn't do that because I would have switched English for it. Not that, well,
I'm glad you
some
speak
people
English,
enjoy
but
that.
if you speak
I
ancient
I
Greek,
still would have,
think you been
I would have
happy too.
spoken it in any case. It's not
Whichever way
related.
made you
But
happy, Raph, as long as you're happy. But so some famous people went to this high school, right? Like,
yeah, so basically we're gonna prove that just by walking around here right now.
Really?
And then we're gonna see if we actually manage to get inside, even just for a glimpse.
Look how yellow these bricks are. Notice the gargoyles on the roof, because you gotta have
Oh, yeah.
gargoyles on your high school roof.
Gargoyles on the roof with Andreas.
Dude, very practical. Isn't that funny when you start to stare at the top of a building and you nearly fall over? I have that happen to me a lot here.
Yeah.
And oh, which number? You said, oh, okay, I'm gonna set 5. 05. Look at that though. N05. It's like a little. I feel like it's a. Hey, look. Kids
Well, I
are
can't believe it.
learning
It almost
right
looks
now.
like they have computers now.
Kids are learning right now.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a glimpse inside.
Holy cow.
Till we get caught.
Real Austrians, dude.
So here we just gotta look out for the plaquette, which
Pentagrams,
supposedly
windows.
would tell you. Oh my god. Well.
Rainbow pentagrams, girl. Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, yeah, so here we start, and there's many of those. This one even looks very new.
Dr.
This
Phil.
is very new. I don't even know who that is.
Well, Dr. Phil's funny.
So maybe people don't know that. This was someone apparently persecuted during the, or he was part of the resistance in 1942.
Deep dry. 3 granite plates.
Again, remembrance, Second World War. Yeah, right over here is the Intercontinental Hotel, which I believe at some point someone was visiting and everything was like locked down around. I think even it was Bush or someone. He was visiting in here.
Wow.
I mean, look at how nice the building looks.
Intercontinental.
It looks completely brutalist.
Soviet brutalism, yeah. Well,
But here you have, for example, Wiener Musikverein or Konzerthaus, which is a lot nicer. Many different
so I was
concerts
thinking
here.
about this brutalism thing, and the word brutalism comes from brute, which is from
Oh.
animal.
Oh, this is so fun. Oh, please continue. Brute from animal, yes.
Right, so doesn't
We'll
it
be
seem
talking
weird,
more about
doesn't
this,
it just,
yeah.
I'll just say, it just seems weird that we use the word brutalism, like animalistic,
Mm.
for something so anti-life. It
That's a
doesn't
good
look-
point.
It doesn't really look animalistic to me, honestly. I almost feel like the old
That's very
classical
correct.
buildings are the humanist, animalistic, curves and organic in
Mhm.
nature. And that building looks more like a,
That's
you
a
know.
strange naming convention, yes. So here, also I wasn't aware of this one. This is Lazarsfeld. He may even, I'm not sure, have some impact in America or something, because it says he's the originator of the modern empiric social sciences, or way I know it now, there's just a guy on Austrian TV now who calls himself Lazarsfeld Gesellschaft, and they basically just do surveys. So maybe this can be someone interesting. And here, what do we have? Yeah, see, for example, we have here Tomáš Masaryk, who is the founder of the Czechoslovakian Republic, philosopher, and officially graduated here in 1872. We have quite a few more of those around the...
Over there you see like a Leopold Museum ad talking about being in the 1900s.
So here again, we have a few more. Franz Schubert. But there's a few that you will know. So here,
Schubert's pretty familiar.
yes.
Hopefully.
Here on top we have Hans Kelsen,
Some
who is
Schrödinger
supposedly
guy.
the originator of the Austrian Constitution.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then we have Erwin Schrödinger,
And we also
is-
do not have Edwin Schrödinger's, both here and not here.
right, of Schrödinger's cat fame, and also Lise Meitner,
What might there do?
atomic
Oh,
division, or however you would translate it. So now let's see, because the school is still open, we could totally go inside, at least for a second. This is Beethovenplatz. We have a very nice statue of Beethoven there.
good music for
And so now you guys have to imagine being tall, being not very tall, being 10 years old, and then you have to open that door.
right?
Not very easy. Can we go in? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Feel free to explore.
Thank you. See, we just got the official agreement by the students, so everything's got to be perfectly fine. And there are a few things. So first of all, I mean, look at this. And now, guys, imagine you go to school in a building like this, and you're wondering, like, what even is this? Why even is this in the way that it is? And what's going on, right? Why do you have these like Atlantean type columns? Grüß Gott, grüß Gott. Ich bin Schüler hier gewesen.
Ach so.
Ich wollte nur gerne ein paar Leuten zeigen, wie schön sie ist und wir dürfen. Wir gehen nur 2 Minuten und sind wieder.
Aber nicht drauf füllen.
Bitte?
Nur herumfüllen.
Ja, nur hier, nur da ein bisschen zeigen, das ist alles. Danke, danke sehr. See, now it's even more official. But what I really want to show you guys is over here, you have Moses. Moses with the horns, which is of course very interesting. He's greeting you at the entrance of the school. And almost every year, this is what they do have money for, is to renovate the paintings on the ceiling. So let's just walk over there and then... Oh yeah, what's also nice, there's a courtyard. And in olden times, you can still see it on old pictures, this was full of, how do you call it, the green leaf that's growing, vines?
Vines.
It looked very beautiful. It looked very beautiful. Unfortunately, they removed it all about 20 years ago. And yes. So basically, the other floors they look similar. The only other thing, if you for some reason like the building, what you can check out is Festsaal, which is the uppermost floor, which is very beautiful, also with decorations like angel images, things like that. But yeah, guys, just imagine going to a place like this and you're like wondering, what's going
And they
on?
don't even wear capes.
How is this even a school?
They should have to wear capes.
Because officially the school was built in 1848, and I'll show you the plaquette, within only 2 years. And now even this is new, the glass thing, whoever thought that they needed. Yeah, so right here it says Akademisches Gymnasium, and here you can see that it says it was built by Friedrich von Schmidt in 1863 to 1866, and this is one of the guys who basically built everything. You know, look him up, and you guys tell me if you can believe that one architect can build so many things in such a short amount of time, because the school itself also exists since officially, I believe, 1750 or even earlier than that, and only moved to this building in 1866. That's also a curious thing. So I would really love to know, because I have never seen any construction photos from that time, so I cannot really verify when this was really built or not. Maybe you want to stand next to it for scale just for a second at the door?
Sure.
Yeah. Here we are. Thanks. And what you have on top is you have all these different, of course, from the Austrian monarchy or Austro-Hungarian Empire, the main logo, and then all the smaller logos are like the counties which the Austro-Hungarian Empire had back then, officially. And there's some more supposedly famous individuals. I think this is the one my friend made that I told you about.
Oh, nice.
Titus Maiorescu, philosopher, writer, and the exterior and cultural minister of Romania. He was supposedly here from 1854 to 1856, which doesn't even make sense, because it says the building was built in a few years later, but I guess what they mean is the institution which would have existed before that officially. There's even, you can look online on the Austrian state archives, and they have only a few, because supposedly every year the school is supposed to release a document, and they have a few from this old time as well, already written in German. Oh yeah, and here are a few more. These are also relevant actually. You should know some of those. Writers, Austrian writers, Peter Altenberg, Richard Wehr, Hoffmann, Hugo von Hofmannsthal, Arthur Schnitzler. Literaries. And also, no surprise, at the street next to it.
What does this sign mean?
Is
No
the-
women? Like, it's a weird sign. Like, it just crosses out the face. Look at this.
Kantgasse for Kant. What this means is, I guess you're not supposed to walk somewhere or something.
Oh, okay.
It's not meant to be
Wait,
sexist.
Kantgasse. Okay.
Kant, like Immanuel Kant.
Okay, that's good. So this is the
Yes.
Beethoven and Kant and Christian gossip. Christian.
All right, then maybe let's go to the Beethoven statue and maybe conclude for now. We've been streaming for 1 hour, 20 minutes. I can hardly believe that.
Nice work.
But it is possible.
The sun does go down kind of early right now here, but it's not too bad. It's actually getting, days are getting longer. But I feel like, I don't know, what time is it?
It's 3:30.
So yeah, people are just barely starting to wake up, probably. And then you guys can watch this later when you get up. And be like, oh, that's what it's like in Vienna, which is a pretty cool city. You gotta admit, Vienna is where it's at. It's a pretty chill place.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
It's very livable. It's got a very livable city. That's what I keep saying about it. It's got like crazy statues. Something about it, alright? I don't know. Something about Beethoven. For a deaf guy, that's allegedly, I guess, making crazy music. And what's with all the little cherubs? It's like weird eudaimon cherub babies. And then the masculine and feminine. Who are these guys? Who's the goddess Columbia looking lady here? The wreath.
I'm thinking of Fortuna for some reason, but I'm not sure who this is supposed to be.
Not sure either, but I like her. I'll tell you what. She's got that nice hair.
More angels.
Good feet.
Playing the pan flute. That's also curious.
golden goose.
Swan? A
behavior
goose?
here. Swan? Probably swan. Makes sense. Why would you do a goose? I mean, he looks like he's got to be there. They have to be angels, right? 'Cause they have, no, it's not his. He's got an eagle on his arm. Okay. Practical.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking out with those guys. We're gonna switch back.
Thanks for watching our walk around Vienna, and we'll see you again soon.
Catch y'all next time.
Ciao.